Hello, everyone. How you doing today? I know this is something new, right? It's Wednesday. It is not Thursday. Let's call this a pop-up with Tammy Padilla, the host of Let's Talk About Him. And who are we talking about? We're talking about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yes. So today is something different. It's something new. It's something quick. However, it's something that I need to share with you. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I call her my sister, and she is doing something new, a new product, a new adventure. And I wanted to share it with you. And she said, yes, you can do that. So, she is going to be joining me in a couple of minutes. And we're going to be talking about what she is doing new. Now, you may remember her. She was a guest. I want to say earlier this year with Let's Talk About Him. Her name is Stephanie Carter. So let me just show you a little clip of Stephanie and I talking. Let me see if I can bring that to the screen for you. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get Stephanie a little conversation from Stephanie. Here we go.
Woo! Stephanie, how are you?
When you were talking, I was like, is she talking about me? I know she's not talking about me. I'm very, very good, Tammy. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for joining me, Stephanie. I know you're not used to all the woo, 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 but you are so deserving of. You want me to do a flip for you, girl? Because I get up and I'll do a flip for you. Don't do the flip. Okay.
So, do you all remember Stephanie joining me? We had such a good time talking about her book. Stephanie is an author, but she's so many more things than that. She is an entrepreneur. She's a homeschooler, and she had written a book talking about homeschooling. And we talked about that. She has two boys. And so I'm going to bring Stephanie out because I'm not going to talk to you all about Stephanie without her being here. I'm going to bring her on, and we're going to talk about what's new going on with Stephanie so you all can get involved with that. Okay. And welcome to the front, Miss Stephanie Carter. Stephanie, welcome. How are you, my sister?
I am well. Thank you, Tammy, for having me on again for Let's Talk About Him,
Let's
the
talk about,
Lord.
and we're talking about the Lord. So, Stephanie, thank you so much for allowing me to share this time with you because you have something significant happening here and then tomorrow. And so that's why we're popping up today. I believe the title I said, let's write that book. Let's write that book. So you came earlier this year with the release in 2020, you released your book. And so we talked about your book being released, but something else happened after you released your book. What were you doing after that, Stephanie?
Well, I started publishing other people's books, and it started with my father in law. My
Mm-hmm.
father in law is 83, I believe, now.
Uh-huh.
But a couple years ago, he had given me a manuscript,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept it on my desk for I don't know how long. And so after I published my book, I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish his book. I'm going to have him. I want him to become an author. I want him to see his name on the front of a book.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was called Granddaddy and the Bear, and it was it was a wonderful experience,
Mm-hmm.
and it was wonderful to see how excited he was, and he was so excited that about 6 months later he released another one called One Happy Cat. So it was just like, wow, this
I
is
missed
really.
that one, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. It's. I guess it's. Yeah, it's on Amazon
Okay.
and all the major retailers, I guess. But so that started the process, and since then I've been working with other clients, as well as working on a project of my own that will be coming out tomorrow.
Yes. So let's talk about that project that's coming out tomorrow. What is that project and what is it about?
Well, it's called Self Publish, and it's a
Hmm.
guide for every parent and grandparent to publish a book and help their child to publish their first book and to
Hmm.
create a business and life of their dreams. And one of the main reasons why I did that book was because I think the pandemic, COVID
Hmm.
19 pandemic, really taught us, or me, emphasized how important it is to have more than one stream of income. And
Yes.
not only that, also to be able to create income without leaving your house.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I thought about that and I was like, well, I have been doing this publishing, and I think that it would be a good idea for other people to learn how to write a book. And one thing about writing a book as opposed to which you have a wonderful gift of singing and music playing. My husband, of course, Philip Carter, plays and sings. God did not grant everyone the gift of music, okay?
Mm.
But what
Right.
he did do was that he gave each of us a story, each of us a message, an idea that anyone can be a part of, or anyone could actually write something about that might
Right.
inform, that might educate, that might inspire, that might even entertain
Hmm.
people all over the world.
Hmm.
So that's one of the reasons why I started to write a little bit about this. I was like, no, what, this will be a good idea because anyone can be involved, and
Right.
so much so the title of author, and you being an author yourself, is a wonderful title to have.
Hmm.
And it's a great experience. I don't know about you, but when I opened up that box with all my books, and I picked up that book for the first time that had my name on it, and it was just an exhilarating experience, something that I had never experienced before. A great sense of accomplishment, and I
Hmm.
think that anyone should be able to do that. But especially now, as parents, can also be able to do it, have our kids do the
Hmm.
same thing. So it's in teaching parents and grandparents, because
Hmm.
as I said, I had my father-in-law, who's 83 years old, publish his first book.
Right.
Will be able to do something like that and be able to teach their children as well.
And I'll add to that, Stephanie, is they might have that life story, like that one story to share, that will be able to bless someone else,
Hmm.
um, with their experience
Hmm.
that's been written, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
So tomorrow, let's talk about. Well, let me backtrack first
Hmm.
because you talk about your clients. Um, what has been the greatest thing with working with clients, because you did this, you wrote your own book, and then you're just like, hey, you know grandpa, let's get your book published, and then you have some other people now that have books that are being published,
Hmm.
which I've had a pleasure to talk to a couple of them, and they're excited. How was it working, doing that for the first time?
It's it's a very fulfilling, if that's the right word for it. Right after I published my father-in-law's two books, one of his friends that is in her 80s, I think she's 88, had been writing poetry
Mhm.
for 20 plus years, and
Oh.
she had done some publishing of some small books of her poetry, but she came to me and was like, I need my I want to publish some of my poetry. So I was able to publish I think 70 to 75 of her poetry in a book that's called oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is. It'll come back to me. But that was so fulfilling. And
Mhm.
then, like you said, I'm working with Regina A. Byram, who
Yes.
just published her book, is about to release her book about her life as a single sassy sexagenarian, which is someone who is between the ages of 60 and 69, basically
Mhm.
someone in their 60s, and she just has an hilarious take on being in her 60s, as
Yeah.
well as her cousin. Her name is Glenette Byram Scott. that's going to share her story about how she marched when she was 14 years old with Martin Luther King at the basically the only march that he had in the Northeast in her hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. So it's great to be working with these individuals who have such unique stories and such unique take on
Mhm.
life or giving their life experiences. And actually, I'm working with someone else who is doing an activity book for kids. So
Oh,
all of these ideas is just it's very very fulfilling.
okay. And I think the one you were looking for was Poems by Elise. Is that
By Poems
you?
by Elsie. Thank you so much.
Elsie?
Poems
Elsie.
by Elsie. Yes,
Okay.
88 years old.
Wow.
Yes.
So it sounds like these women are putting out books that they probably thought they would never do, but because you have um, been a blessing to help them, I think that's so awesome. So,
Yeah, I'm just honored and humbled that they even approached me or wanted me to work with them. The
mhm.
process is long and challenging, and there's some ups and downs and hiccups. But I am very very honored that they allowed me to even do this and share for me to be able to share their journey. It's
Okay.
wonderful.
So moving forward,
Mhm.
tomorrow is something that's going to be very significant in reference to the book you have just finished and you have going to be releasing it tomorrow. Let's talk about what's special about tomorrow and how we can help you.
Well, it is a pre-order. It's not actually going to be released until January the 27th.
Okay.
But I am trying to get bestseller status. And
Mhm.
so one of the things I want to do is to help push that, but also to bless people by allowing individuals to pre-order, self-publish the book, self-publish for 99 cents.
Okay.
Tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m., it's going to be on Amazon.com, and I just want everyone to purchase the book, and if they want to gift it for someone else, someone that might be interested in self-publishing a book of their own, or or helping their child, also work with the book, because actually that's one of the things I require my two sons. I homeschool my two sons, and I
Mhm.
told them in order for them to get a diploma from me, they have to publish and release a book. So
Right.
children can do it. So I think that's something, because it teaches English, it teaches so many different subjects in school for you to be able to compile words that make sense to someone else, and then use those skills, those business skills, to be able to market
Mhm.
and to publish and start an entrepreneurial I guess journey by
Right.
doing those things. So that's why I would like everyone to go at 8 o'clock tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time,
Mhm.
to purchase the book for 99 cents.
And where can they go to do that, Stephanie?
They can go to Amazon.com. Also, if my husband has a Facebook, I think we're going to try to send things out. But if you go to Amazon.com tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time, you can type in Stephanie Carter self-publish. It will come up, and if you could just click on that to pre-order and to pay, and it will be delivered next month. Because if you wait until next month, it will not be 99 cents. It will be $9.99, like $9.99. So go ahead and purchase it tomorrow, please.
So I'm typing in the chat, and we have some questions in the chat.
Okay.
So I'm going to look at those and self-publish. Okay, type in Stephanie Carter self-publish. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's see what the questions are.
Okay.
Edwina Martin says, okay, she
Hmm.
had two questions. Okay, she said, Marjorie said, this is encouraging knowing that you are really never too old to write a book. And you are so right, Marjorie. You are never too old.
That's
And
right.
Edwina Martin says, I have three ideas started. I need to finish. So it looks like Edwina needs some help. Is this my
Okay.
cousin, Edwina? Is that you? And then she says, I do need to have a particular age. Do I need to have a particular age group in mind to get started writing? So, Stephanie, can you answer that for her?
No, you don't. You just need to start writing. And you
Okay.
will eventually, maybe that audience will come to you.
Hmm.
Okay. You never know who will be interested. And it depends on what the subject matter is. What do you, the ideas that you're thinking about, whether it be an idea for, you know, who knows what, but, or even a memoir. You know, you never know. You might be older, but your memoir might help someone in their teens. You just never know.
Awesome.
So you may not want to cater right now. Just get started, and then eventually all of that will come to fruition.
Awesome. Tempe Kirkland, which is one of the Blessed Touch family members, and Edwina looks like she's one of our members. She said, "No, I'm not your cousin, pretty much, but I listen to you."
She's part of the Hems family too.
Okay, okay. Well, we're sharing you, Edwina.
Yes.
So Tempe said, "Congratulations to you, Stephanie." Tempe, do you
Thank
have a
you.
book in you? You have a book that you need to get out? And I'm looking to see if there are any other questions in here,
Okay.
Stephanie, at this time. And so Sandra Coombs says
Hmm.
hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
So yes. So Stephanie, I think I did put in there at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard
Oh,
Time.
8 a.m.
Eight. I'm sorry, I said 8 a.m. I did
Okay.
say 8 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, that's me
8 in the
talking.
morning.
Yeah, right, right. 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Tempe says yes. Been thinking about it since I retired. So
Okay.
Tempe, let's get started.
Let's get
Especially
started.
retired.
And even those that who started
Mhm,
and they think they're not finished, just finish. It's
mhm.
not going to be perfect. It won't be perfect, not in your eyes. But
Okay.
the longer that you wait, the longer it is for someone else to be blessed.
Okay. All right.
And
That's
if you
that's
need
the
so,
main.
we need like you, Tammy, you were my okay. Get it finished as of
Yeah.
this date. It's
Yeah.
over. It's done with. You know, we need. You know, people probably need someone like that. There's probably people all over the country that has something written down, and they
Right.
just don't think it's good enough. Just
Mhm.
get it out.
Yes. And that's key. Two things you said. One thing that you said was uh, people are waiting for you to produce what God has given you, right? To bless them. But if you're not putting it on paper, you're not, doing what you're supposed to do, they're missing the blessing that you have for them. And then
That's right.
the other thing, get an accountability partner.
Mhm.
It is important to have that person to encourage you. That's what they're there to do. We say accountability, but it's just somebody to check in with,
Right.
to see where you are.
Hmm.
And it's helpful. Edwina says, "Do I have to have a professional editor?"
Well, it's always good to have an editor because you don't want just to put out anything. You want things to be in excellence. Okay, but it doesn't have to be professional. I mean, if you know someone that's good in English, or you can even go to what's called Fiverr, which is Fiverr, and you can
Mhm.
hire someone to edit your material at a very very reasonable cost. So it doesn't have to be professional, but you do want someone else to look at your work.
Yes, and you want your work to be, you know, a professional product,
Right.
because it's speaking is you don't know where it's going to go.
Right. And you it's going to be a reflection on you.
Absolutely.
So you want to put things out in excellence, absolutely.
So, Stephanie, speaking since we're on this line of conversation,
Mhm.
let's talk about your publishing company, what that entails, because this may be helpful for those that are watching to
Okay.
consider you.
They could consider me. Yes, I would be more than happy to help them. But self-publish is also to show that they can do it on their own.
Mhm,
Technology has made it very very easy for people to put books out. Companies like, of course, Amazon, Ingram Spark, they actually help first timers
mhm.
to put books out, you know, to do the formatting. You can actually design your own cover, or you can look at some templates templates. I'm sorry, on those types of platforms. So
Okay.
so you can do it on your own. But for someone like me, what I do is I first of all find out what is your goal, who are you trying to reach, okay, when do you want it done, um, how do you want it? Do you want it to just be an ebook? Do you want it to be, something that people can pick up and read? But I focus on the author and what they want to have happen when they
Mhm.
put their book out. So I work with them on that, and then I work with them on, of course, printing if it's a hard or if it's a paperback book,
Mhm.
and I go through different types of platforms and all that, and we go back and forth. We have open conversation, just to
Okay.
make sure that we're on the right track with things like that, and try to get a release date and go at it.
Okay. Now, Regina Robinson is on here, and she said, "Hi, Stephanie is the best. She is
Hi,
my
Miss Regina.
publisher and is professional, personal, and so positive. She is a great encourager, a Christian woman who is beyond awesome." And I agree with you, Regina.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Miss Regina. Let's
And
talk
then
about her real quick.
Oh, okay. Come on, Regina. Well, yes, we're going to talk about Regina because Regina is going to be on tomorrow. So
Yes,
we're going to talk about Regina. But before we talk about her,
sure.
we have Jacqueline White, who has said, hello, good evening, Stephanie. Hello,
Hello.
hello, Jacqueline. And then Tempe says, thanks for all of this information, like Fiver. And then Brenda Noble says, praise God for your ministry, Stephanie.
Thank
And
you.
Lynette Scott uh, says Stephanie is wonderful to work with, a
Oh, thank
blessing.
you. Thank
So
you. I'm
um,
touched.
now my special guest tomorrow will be Miss Regina. Regina has written the book Single Sassy Sexagenarian.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so excited to have her tomorrow. This is one of your clients
Yes.
that when will her book be released?
So her pre-sale will be December the 29th,
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
and her release, I believe, is January the 5th.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
And so for those that are on right now, please come back. Regina is on here. So she's going to be joining me tomorrow night on Let's Talk About Him, the Lord. And we're going to be talking about her new book, talking about being a sexagenarian. And so I just thought that was so awesome. And Stephanie, the book is fabulous. I love the book. If you all want a good laugh
Yeah.
on the 29th, go purchase this book. But on tomorrow, Stephanie would love, and I would love for you to support Stephanie by purchasing Self Publish is the title of the book. She is the author. You can go to Amazon at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning at type in Stephanie Carter. I have it in the chat. The book is self-published, and you will help her become one of the best sellers if you purchase this book. Now, the great thing about this purchase is 99 cents tomorrow. Come on now. I know you have 99 cents. It's not even a whole dollar. It's a penny less than a dollar to help Stephanie become the best seller, one of the best selling authors. So, um, if you all have any questions for Stephanie, please put that in the chat. We're going to be closing out here in a little bit. Mary Jackson says hello.
Hi, Mother
Hello, Mary.
Mary.
Thank you for joining us. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Stephanie, give them your contact information should they want to, uh, you know, I don't know if they're going to be able to see that, but this is her contact information.
Yes. My website is stuffpublishing.com. If you're interested in possibly working with me to put something that you love out on paper or electronically as in an ebook, you can also write me at contact at stuffpublishing.com.
All right. So that's right there on the screen for you if you all are interested in reaching out to Stephanie. And the 99 cent is for tomorrow. So tomorrow you have to purchase the book tomorrow. Um, and
And
the,
I just want to make clear it is an ebook. So on January the 27th, it will be delivered either to your Kindle or it will be sent to you by email and you will be able to download it.
okay.
Yes. Just want to make that
Electronic
clear.
copy,
Yes.
everyone. This is an electronic copy book. So you can get this on, can they get it on Audible also, Stephanie?
Not yet because it's not an audio book.
Oh, ah, da da, da da da. Okay,
Not yet.
not
Okay.
yet,
No,
not
not yet. I'll be
yet.
working on that next year.
Okay.
Mm.
Um, she said Mary has a question. Mary
Uh-huh.
says, make sure I got her question. Stephanie says, Mary says, how difficult getting on? I'm sorry, Mary, did I miss part of your question? How difficult getting on? Are you talking about getting on Amazon? If you can make that clear and we can give you an answer on that. Um, or are you talking about to Stephanie's website? I'll put that in the chat. And then Tempe says, Stephanie, what a gift. I will be
Thank
getting
you.
my copy on tomorrow. That's what we want to hear. If you're going to get a
Thank
copy
you.
tomorrow, put that in the chat so we can
Thank you.
support Stephanie. And so, Stephanie, I'm putting your link in here. Is it Stephanie
No,
Publishing?
Steph,
Steph
Steph,
Publishing. Mm-hmm.
publishing.com.
Okay, .com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll put that in the chat.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if that's what Mary was speaking about, but Mary,
Oh,
there it
yes.
is, just if that's what you were looking for. And then Mary Jackson, you can also tomorrow at 8 o'clock just go into Amazon and put in the search bar Stephanie Carter, and the
Mm-hmm.
name of the book is Self Publish.
Right. And if you're part of the Hems family, the link will be sent out tomorrow as well for you to just click on it and it's going to go right to the book page.
Okay, and Glenette Scott says, I'm getting the book tomorrow.
Yes.
And so
And
is my
she in her book is going to be released January the 10th.
okay.
So,
And so I will be having, Glenette is going to be one of my guests in
yes.
January too.
Hmm.
So thank you for connecting me with these awesome women.
They
Uh,
are awesome.
they are
Awesome women.
awesome. I have had the pleasure to speak with both of them, and I'm looking forward to sharing them with the Blessed Touch family. And Regina says, yes, I'm getting copies of Stephanie ebook. So everyone looks like in the that has joined us today will be getting a copy of your book.
Yes.
So I will be
Thank you.
getting a
Thank
copy
you.
of your book tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. And tell your friends and family. And thank you, Blessed Touch family as well.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
So, everyone, thank you all for joining us. Stephanie, thank you for being a part. Mary Jackson says, Stephanie, at Stephanie Carter, you know you have my support. Okay. All right. There
Thank
you are.
you. Thank
So,
you.
with that being said, Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing with the Blessed Touch family, giving me the opportunity to help and promote what you're doing. And
Thank you.
is there anything else that you want to share before we close out?
Not really. Just I want to say thank you to you for once again giving me the opportunity to be on your blessed show. Thank you so much for your wonderful husband, Nick. You guys have both been so supportive of Phil and I, and we try to be the same for you. So thank you so much. And thank you, family. Thank you, Him's family. Thank you, my family, and everyone else for your support. I really appreciate it. And let's try to get this thing tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes. All right, everyone. Purchase tomorrow. Amazon. Stephanie Carter. Self-published. 99 cents. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your cousins. Tell your enemies. Tell them everybody. Let them know. Get
Tell
this
your
book
enemies.
so they can tell their story. They can tell their side of the story in a book. Huh?
Amen.
Okay. Many blessings. Bye, everyone.
Take care.